This afternoon's tactical enhancement is coffee. This afternoon we're playing Black Powder. It's 800 points with 200 points in reserve that can be brought on any turn after you declare the previous turn that you're gonna bring them on. And we have the French all over there versus some English and some Prussians in Llew's new games room. Newly set up and with newly revamped terrain, with all the swamps and muddy sections done anew, and fields done anew, all of which is going to slow us down and make it very hard to slog through the marshes and whatnot in order to go and stick it up the Frenchies, basically. Right, so Llew, do you want to talk us through what's going on?
Well, okay. So it's just a classic 1814, 1815 style game. The French are deployed here and here. General Sean has got this brigade. The brigade consists of 5 battalions, 1 light and a field battery. Same here. And we have 2 regiments of dragoons. And in reserve we have Brigadier General Emilio bringing on the French Imperial Guard and the French Guard Heavy.
Right, they're all the way over there in the corner behind all that stuff. Lovely.
So the fields, this is all light cover. This is light cover, only for infantry.
Right.
And the roads give full movement, and the creek is just going to be half a turn
Half
deduction
move
to
to
pass.
right, yep.
And the fields are located in the hexes, and they will just give soft cover and blocking line of sight. You can see, if you're on the edge, you can see out of them normal.
Right.
And the name of the game is just destroy them before they destroy us.
Biff.
Biff.
Rightio. Now we have, for the English, Chris, I'll ask you to talk us through what's going on with the English.
Yeah, here we've just got a brigade of Brits, 4 battalions with an artillery and a company of 5th 60th rifles.
Righto.
And off-table reserve is some dragoons and another brigade of infantry.
Right, lovely. And for the Prussians, we've got a small brigade of horse. I was going to take a bigger brigade, but then I decided I'd upgrade my brigade commander's leadership instead, because God knows they need to help. The infantry are a bit hard of hearing. So we just got the dragoons and 1 unit of Uhlans. And then making up the rest of the Prussian force is basically the right wing. We have cannon in the biggest hill I could find, and a shit ton of infantry, basically 2 units of musketeers and 4 units worth of landwehr, who are basically the reason why we need increased leadership in order to make him go in the right direction. So we're now rolling for who gets first turn. We won the roll for deployment. Yeah, and the French have rolled a 6 on 2d6 for who gets first turn. So General Chris, if you'll do the honours, sir.
2.
That doesn't help. What? And a 3? Where'd that come from?
I rolled that 10 minutes ago when we first said we were going to do it.
And you hit it.
No, I didn't think you wanted it in your picture.
Well, 6 is... if either you're going to fail or you're going to win.
Fair enough.
Right.
Now, it looks like the French are going first. They get the first crack, and we'll check in after that. Right, end of turn 1 for both France and for the Allies, or the Entente. And the
dogs out there. French
moved up over here, which is annoying because my guys are over there. So they got cannon firing over the top of the grapevines, which must be sacrilege. Yeah, I'm not sure about this Napoleon fella. Is firing cannon over the grapes.
That's how they got wine to champagne. That's how they got the bubbles.
Well, that'd explain it. He's moved up a shed ton of troops up here to go for a flanking run toward our cannon. And these guys fortunately whiffed and didn't go anywhere. Meanwhile, the English are advancing in turn 1 for the English. And we've all declared reinforcements for next turn, by the way, so everything's going to be on the table soon. So the Poms are coming along here to provide some support, presumably, to these guys who are doing a flank run. They've advanced up there to the edge of the woods, the edge of the farm. I was supposed to move my cavalry around to present a threat to these infantry, or at least protect my cannon, but no, we whiffed. So they're not going anywhere. Meanwhile, we've advanced our infantry a little bit over there, gives them shelter behind the woods, and to present options. We don't know what to do there exactly, but we'll create options. I was going to advance that lot as well, but it's a bit suicidal with all this stuff there, so I'm going to keep them as these guys as a proxy reserve. Behind them is my casualty park. We'll be needing them as the game progresses. So that's it for turn 1. We'll now go into turn 2, starting with the French. End of French turn 2. They're marching up here, but they've had a problem because we remembered just after I'd filmed that we still had to shoot my cannon over there at the lead unit of infantry, which was up here, and we disordered them. We didn't kill anything, so they made the saves, but we disordered them. So they did a disordered reserve. Oh my god, we got some really hilarious advertising in the background. So they fell back in disordered, and then these guys came marching up. Did they march up, or did they just stay there? And the Imperial Guard reserves came right up the guts. That was interesting. The cavalry over there have decided not to muck around on that flank after all, and they're coming back around this way, and the infantry push has begun in the middle. There was a bit of shooting. I don't know if there's any actual casualties from that though. No casualties, right. It's all still quite long range shooting at this stage. So on that note, we will move into Prussian turn 2. End of Prussian and English turn 2. We brought our reinforcements on hard on our left flank. We got infantry screening through the forest. Deal with these pricks here. But then we've got a shed load of cavalry over here. Pretty much all of our cavalry coming up the creek bed, which is slowing us down because it's soggy. But it's looking like we'll be able to do a hard push and shut down that flank. Over here, the infantry have formed line mostly for the British, getting a little bit in each other's way, but some cannons are still hocking out. We managed to move up the infantry, and we're moving these guys around more toward the centre of the board where the action is, but we're still moving this lot up here, and they'll present a threat which will require them to keep their cavalry back, or we'll just get a march in front of those cannon and have a lovely day playing with shrapnel. We fired the cannon, and we disordered another unit and took a casualty off. So if we do that every turn, it would just really annoy the shit out of the French. But that's it for Prussian turn 2. Over to the French turn 3. Right, the French turn 3 could be described as a succession of happy accidents. They moved up here, that was fine, and put a bit of fire into my horses and disordered the lead unit at Ulan. That was most frustrating. These guys moved up, so we've got this massive column of infantry moving up along the river. Fortunately, it's slowing them down enough, we'll get some good shots at them. There's a bit of movement up through the middle. The Imperial Guard rolled an 11, and it's still enough for them to move forward over a fucking hedge. That's insane. I mean, our general's a leadership 9, but even so. Cavalry moved up, the guns moved up, and then for the infantry on this flank, the infantry brigade rolled a massive blunder, then rolled a 6, which meant they went gallivanting forward out of control and charged into a unit of line infantry, who are now back here. Those line infantry shot them up on the way in, but then the French rolled 3 6s in the melee. So the British infantry did alright in the fight, but then the French rolled all their saves up, the English didn't. Then they rolled crap on their result and got pushed back. And the supporting unit then had to roll, and that one decided to fuck right off out of the game.
There's a lot of flogging.
That was annoying. And then the French unit that did all the damage decided to fuck off back to where it was supposed to be.
Away from the cannons and behind the forest.
It was like an Apache pop-up attack with a fucking helicopter. Turn up, waste a bunch of guys, accidentally waste the other guys, then run away out of harm's way. So that was frustrating. Oh, in the meantime, somebody did a bit of shooting at my cannon. I'm not sure who. Oh, no, it was these skirmishes, I reckon. And disrupted one of my cannon. No casualties, but still most irritating. So, that was the French turn. Might I say they're a bunch of bastards. We also found out that Llew's made his entire army tough fighters after being on the receiving end of the Prussians being tough fighters.
He still failed to hit.
Yeah. But I think Llew's been on the receiving end of the Prussians as tough fighters so many times now that he decided he's going to do it for his entire army and do it back to me. So on that note, we'll go into the Entente turn 3. Only turn 3 for the Prussians and the Allies. Right, so we had some success over here. We advanced these guys up to the hedge to try and put some pressure on this flank. And I needed a reroll from the general, but I managed to get a good roll. And my infantry came surging out of the forest, came around, clobbered the gun crew that was there, just obliterated them, was about what you expect, without even taking casualties. But we decided to stop there rather than move through, so that they can keep the unit formation together and have the mutual support, because I reckon Fairbairn's cavalry is going to want to have a go at these guys. And then that cannon there might decide to have an opinion. My guns fired at that unit, but the shooting was ineffectual. We shot up the road, shooting was ineffectual. There was some concept to move these guys up in a charge, but decided not to because these guys would provide inflating fire as they gallop through, so I've just moved up. These infantry here blasted this unit good, took some wounds off of them and disordered them. But orders were not as strong for these guys who just moved into the woods without cleaning them out. And I brought my cavalry back because they're cluttering the place up, particularly being shaken. So these guys will actually need next turn to cease being disordered. Not shaken, disordered. The lighting's a bit funny in this room. So it's funny there. The French are discussing how they're going to get themselves out of this situation and defeat us. Have I missed anything, Chris? No? Okay, so shooting has not been great, but we're in a very strong position, and even though we've lost a unit, we've chased off some of their artillery now, and these guys are disordered, and that's a lot of slow-moving ground that most of his army has to get through in order to achieve anything. So on that note, we'll move into French turn 4. End of Cheesy Gets turn 4, and I have to apologise for the lighting. It's a very bright summer's day, and we're getting a lot of light in via a skylight that's competing with the fluoros. On this flank, they got their charge in over here. They actually won the fight against those British there, but the British held. Casualties exchanged both ways. They did a cheeky... I'll come around here to hope the lighting actually works. There we go, the camera's adjusting. They did a cheesy cavalry charge with those guys at them in order to put them into square, and then went and refaced to go the other way. General advance up the guts. Must have got a lot of moves out of that. Over here, they've turned the cannon to face my guys on the other side of the vineyard, and once again making champagne. And took a casualty off of that unit of landwehr, and they brought up the Imperial Guard heavy cav. What's the save on these gits?
3+.
3+ saves. God, that's going to be hard work. Meanwhile, the Imperial Guard infantry is heading up my way. I'm seeming to be getting all the love from the Imperial Guard. The only good thing is they're in front of my cannons, so that'll be useful in a little bit. Because they have a save of what, 2+?
In column 2+, yeah.
Yeah, horrific. Okay, then things got ugly. In the middle, they charged into the English line, and some good standing and shooting with the English, and the English actually rolled pretty well. Unfortunately, the French are rolling up a fucking storm. And then for combat result on the chart, the English rolled a 3, and that unit just fucked off. And then this lot did a follow-up advance. So it's getting pretty damn ugly, I have to say. Oh, and my unit of Prussian infantry there have been disrupted. So the British are just copping it. It's sort of a right-left attack from the French. They're bashing up the English on the French right. And the follow through on the left will be in the next turn. We need the luck to switch around, I think. At the moment, it's not looking pretty. So when those 3 guard units hit, that's going to hurt. On that note, is there anything else we should comment on?
I'm just pleased that the terrain hasn't interfered with the game too much. It just looks good, but it hasn't really. People have just taken it in their step, which is really pleasing to see.
Yeah, you've just gone barreling up through that thick terrain of the ploughed fields.
Yeah.
So that's worked well.
Chris was going to do a charge with his cavalry through the swamp, but the swamp terrain was just, in the way it's laid out, it wasn't worth doing a charge. So
it's making life quite difficult.
For a charge.
Yeah. So it's actually because we actually wanted to attack with the Prussians, but and we are on the far flank over there. But the French attack has been so effective, whether by design or dumb luck in the previous turn, that we're actually right on the defensive now. So hopefully we'll roll up some 6s and blast some Frenchies off the table, and we'll check in at the end of Entente turn 4. End of Entente turn 4. Right, so they went bush bashing through here to try and get these pesky skirmishers, and still didn't get them. The command rolls have not been favouring the British today. These cavalry went running up the guts to try and get to these guys, but we had a little bit of drama again with not quite moving far enough. In the fight here, the British inflicted more casualties than the French did, but it was a tie with the relative supports that were involved, but the British didn't take any more casualties, so that was good. Okay, so over here in the riffraff, we fired our cannon, these cannon, at these horse, and knocked 3 wounds off and disordered them, so that's good. And we put a few more rounds into them, but just couldn't quite finish them off. Some other fire, but some saves were made. This battalion here is falling back because this brigade is routed. We charged with the dragoons at these guys and put them into square just in time for the cannon here to canister them and inflicted a couple of wounds on them. So there's wounds across all these front units here, but none of them are breaking just yet. Not for a lack of throwing dice at them. We've got a couple of challenges in that this unit here is stuck in square with the Imperial Guard bearing down on them, so they're routed. And those cav will get in the way, but that's about all that can be said. Over here, I moved a unit into line and we manoeuvred in order to deal with what's coming down here. We put fire on the cannon, we disordered it, took a wound off of it, but didn't kill it. We stayed back a little bit, so these Imperial Guard cavalry have to get at least 2 moves in order to reach us. But other than that, it's a case of throwing all the dice and just not quite getting the effect. Because if you look at the shape of the battlefield, we've got them surrounded. But the fuckers just aren't dying.
Yeah, but you're also on a thin line. You're stretched on the thin line.
Well, we weren't until they got confused about what they were doing and decided to massacre everybody before fucking off. So we're still trying to recover from that. But I'd have to say there's a massive... the lighting's playing up here. There's a massive weight of French infantry all barging through the guts, whereas we are a bit stretched out in our line, but we're in a... Yeah, well, we're going into the French turn 5. Look, rather than speculating, let's do French turn 5 and we'll see what happens. So the cheesy gits heading well into Stilton territory. Let's see. Over here, the skirmishers have come out of the woods and into the stream area in order to get away from these guys and are continuing to cause problems. Conversely, the English are still holding here somehow against this rift. Now, over here, we had a bit of a problem in that, well, the French charged my unit of Prussian landwehr, And Llew rolled up his saves, whereas the Landwehr failed 4 fucking times and then evaporated off the table. That was woeful. Conversely, in the fight here with the 2 units of guard against my Landwehr square of all things, and another unit of regular musketeers, we actually stuck around. We took the casualties, but we stayed here. So it's not great. They're going to win that eventually. And some skirmishers came over the hedge here and shot at the artillery. They actually took a wound off 1 unit. And the winning unit of infantry that taken out the Landwehr turned to face. So we've got a target-rich environment. Now over here, my flank attack had been slowed down by what was coming. Now the cavalry did move up and they forced these guys into square. They then copped cannon. That hurt, but they're still there. They're not over casualties or anything. And then this lot of infantry shot into them. So it's a bit of a standoff here. If I get lucky, I can sort out those cannon, but the odds are not fantastic, to be honest. Those cannon are a real problem.
Okay, big fella.
And then we will,
Okay, big fella.
well, we'll have a go. There's nothing for it but to throw dice at those cannon and hope they disappear. Anything else of note, gentlemen?
This British battalion here has held up 2 blocks of French for about 2 turns.
These guys, yeah, they're doing a sterling job.
Promoted to guard.
Oh, and these guys fell back in good order because they didn't want to be anywhere near those cavalry.
No, disorderly retreat. Well, there's no cavalry left because we've run them off. In fact, another 2 wounds on this, and that whole cavalry unit's broken.
Alright, so some cavalry were pushed back, but before that happened, these guys fell back in disorder.
Yes.
So the attack on the French right, it's happening, but it's more piecemeal. Whereas the up the guts nonsense has just been rolling up a storm and obliterating all before it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit challenging as to figure out what to do about it, but, well, we're going into Entente turn 5, and we're going to have a go. End of Entente turn 5, and let's see what happened. Over here, we had some real trouble moving through here. We charged into these skirmishers and chased them off. I don't know if you managed to shoot any of them. No joy of the shooting, even though they're right in front of them. We've got some cavalry recovering from getting shot at by those skirmishers. Basically, those skirmishers are holding up our entire left flank. These guys finally broke through a unit of line. That was during our turn, so they'll charge the cannon next turn. That's not so great. That said, anyone else who comes barreling over this way is going to have a bad day. Over on this flank, we took 2 wounds off the cannon and forced them to do a test, so every time we wound them, they'll have to test.
Disrupted to next.
I don't know if we did anything to that unit, maybe not. And we knocked a wound or 2 off of that guard cavalry unit. So we're actually pretty sturdy on that flank. I don't think we're going to have any major dramas. Here, though, things turned a bit to shit. We fired canister from 2 batteries at point blank range at these skirmishers. Got 1 hit on them out of 6 dice needing 4s, and he rolled a 6 to save it. That was pathetic, and they're skirmishers. It wouldn't have taken much to blast them out of there. So that was rather woeful. Our infantry went toe-to-toe with the Imperial Guard. That was all right. But then the unit that was still locked in square broke, and he probably should have last turn, truth be told, but it just fucked off completely. I rolled really badly on the morale, rolled a 3. So these guys have come up, so in their turn, in the blue vein turn 6, they will barrel into the side of this unit, and that unit will be crushed. So the back line is having a terrible, terrible day of it. I think that's about it for the Entente turn 5. We'll now go into French turn 6. End of French turn 6, I think it was. I'm starting to lose count. They took their cannons out in the hill, entirely predictable, and they stopped. The skirmishers went and mucked about over there just to get out of the way of things. The British line is finally in position, funnily enough. Over here, well, I had 1 unit locked in square, and the other unit was actually doing alright in the fight, but that is 2 units of Imperial Guard. So they bumped them off in the end. Well, one of those units had actually already hopped over the fence after beating the unit in square last time, and then charged in the flank of musket unit along with the other one. 16 attacks, including in the flank. That was predictable. Now the skirmishers tried to charge this slot, the cannon. We blasted them, knocked a wound off, and they buggered off. They're still in the game, but they've run away. These lot formed line, did nothing. They tried to shoot at the cannons, but it was not effective. Over here, the cav pushed another unit into square. That was fine. But then the shooting, the collective shooting, pushed, put another wound on this unit of Prussians in square, and that is enough to shake the unit because while there's 3 infantry blocks there, the other 3 infantry blocks are gone, and one of the survivors is shaken. So we're a little bit stuffed with the Prussians at the moment. The cavalry is fine, but because the brigade has to start falling back, that probably applies to the cannon, and that's going to be a problem. So on that note, we'll play out turn 6 for the Prussians, and we'll see how we stand. End of turn 6 for the Entente and its game. It's looking a lot like a French victory, unfortunately, in no small part.
Unfortunately.
What are you doing rolling dice for? It's our turn.
Why did you turn? Sorry.
Geez, they're eager. Unfortunately, my broken brigade is falling back, except for these guys. I didn't actually shoot with them. I probably should do. Actually, hey Luke, I'm going to fire 4 dice at your cannon and see if I can kill that bastard. All right, there we go. 2 hits. 1's a 6. For my 2 squares that can't do anything else, shooting your cannon.
One has to shoot here.
They both have to shoot here.
Then 3 hits.
3 hits. Okay. 2 dice. Do you need 2s or better?
3s.
Oh.
3s.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 3 dice.
Well, there really isn't.
Oh.
Go on, run away, you blighters.
No, 6
All right. And I got another unit that's got 3 shots of these infantry. And hit them, -6.
You want some glory.
Reroll the 6.
Oh, yeah, for annoying them. Yep, they're annoyed.
Yeah, alright.
Disrupted.
No,
now they finally take some fucking wound. Whatever they were on before. Yeah, so they're at 3 actually, so they're shaken as well. See, the thing is, there's very few units in the French army that are not damaged in some way, shape or form.
No.
But there's very few of them have got to the point where they're broken, and even the ones that have passed their morale. So the status at the moment is that the Prussian infantry brigade are falling back slightly over the roll necessary to crack them. There really only one wound on that unit over the roll needed to fall back. We charged some dragoons in here and bashed up those dragoons and chased them back, but they didn't flee entirely. Cannon unfortunately have to limber and move back, so all that point blank canister is not going to happen. Over here, the British finally in line blattered and blattered and blattered at this lot and didn't do anything decisive to any of them. I'm not sure if there's much else going on, really. That's about it. So that's it. We have a massive French presence in the middle. We did have a strong flank on either side shooting at them, but this one goes to the French. Right, gentlemen.
Yep.
What have we learned?
Gentlemen, what have we learned?
Do you want to try and attack through the forest?
all the
The French are gloriously victorious today. Yes.
And do a blunder where you get a charge.
Oh.
Yeah, do a blunder which actually disrupts the enemy's entire battle plan and chases off 2 of their units of fucking infantry.
We had a slow start though.
We had a slow start. We didn't move at the start.
Yeah.
I mean, I got tied up here with failing to move, and I got disrupted with my lead unit.
Yeah, all that stuff there failed to push in as it was supposed to.
Now, all in all, I think it's been a good game for our first one in the market. The Prussians held up the Imperial Guard for 2 turns before they got stabby stab.
They did. We had a mass. Yeah, look, we got fucked over when we lost. We lost so much of our middle units there, but I don't know. It's fun to blame the dice, but I think at the end of the day, you guys had a plan to go hard up the guts with a massive charge of infantry, including your Imperial Guard. And it steamrolled.
Can I just ask though, Did you always want to play a defensive game? Because you held back for us here.
No, I was.
And we had a defensive position, but we didn't do defence.
No.
We went straight.
No, we
through.
did.
We were going to attack.
We
You're
just,
going to attack.
we did two things. We wanted to send this lot up here. That worked.
Yeah.
I was going to send this lot up here to support, but then we ran into the Imperial Guard, and that stopped that. And they were supposed to work in conjunction with the British, who weren't supposed to fuck off on turn 2. Over here, we always wanted to send our cavalry up, but we got so bogged down with everything getting.
Shot up. He got shot up.
We just had disruption after disruption.
That's why we didn't put any cavalry over here.
These skirmishes are the man of the match, as far as I can see.
I agree. Those skirmishes held up our entire left flank.
French skirmish is man of the match, and general of the game I'm going to give to Emilio, the fearless commander of the French Imperial Guard, who
The finisher.
unwaveringly went up the middle and
They had the
Had one
easiest job out of the lot.
One job to do, and that was at the end.
so the first game of the year,
Yes.
General does have man of the match.
The blokes who did all the dying are going to have an opinion about that.
Viva la France.
So first 4 turns are
Medals
very
everyone,
patient,
everybody,
very
yeah,
patient,
yes.
and then we can see what they're up
Yeah, the front line is going, yeah, bastards, we did all the work.
That was very American of you.
Right, that's it. Rematch.
Claim all the
I want revenge.
Las Vegas.
And next time we're not sending infantry in line through a fucking forest.
No.
Now that we actually know the rules.
We've learned. We've got all year to play.
We have.
Yeah.
On that night, well, thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, gentlemen.
So feel free to hit like, subscribe, all that guff. Kick the algorithm into gear. For now, I think it's time I called it a day.